Welcome back to Deep Vision, where we help men stop chasing approval and start building the life they deserve. If you want to be a man with purpose, you must learn to do things that other men won't. And one of those things is something that you hear often said, but I doubt very few men actually apply it to their lives. This saying is build, don't impress. Most men spend 90% of their time impressing others or trying to look impressive in front of others, whether that's with how much money they have, how good looking they are, or how big their muscles are. But if you truly want to become the kind of man that stands out from 99% of other men, you will follow this principle religiously. Here's the harsh reality most men will never admit, but it's something that you must understand if you want to succeed. There will always be someone better than you, someone stronger than you, and someone smarter than you. Someone will always have more money than you, a bigger car and a nicer house. But here's what you need to understand. It is not your responsibility to keep up with Joneses. Your goal should not be to have the same things that everyone else has. If you were to do that, you would live an average, mediocre life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want more, if you want to become a high-value man, then you cannot let the actions of others dictate your own life. Too many men spend all their days watching what other men do, copying their actions, buying the same stuff they have just because they have it. But I'm here to tell you to stop being a sheep. Stop following the herd. Ask yourself what it is that you truly want. Everyone wants to be rich, but how many of us are actively doing something today to build our wealth? Everyone wants to be strong, but how many of us are hitting the gym consistently? Everyone wants to be respected, but how many of us are working on ourselves? Don't copy other men. Instead, find inspiration in them and use that inspiration to fuel your own journey. Understand what it is that you want and go after it with everything you have. You see, the moment you begin to compare yourself to other men and try to copy them, you lose your authenticity. And when you lose your authenticity, you lose your power. You become a puppet of society, controlled by the opinions and expectations of others. But when you stop comparing yourself to others and focus on your own path, you become unstoppable. Listen, it's not about being number one, it's about being the best version of yourself that you can be. It's about fulfilling your potential and becoming the man you were meant to be. So stop worrying about what other people think and start focusing on what you want to achieve. But here's the thing, most men don't know what they really want. They don't take the time to sit down and figure out what it is that they want to achieve. Instead, they just copy what everyone else is doing. And as a result, they end up wasting years, even decades of their lives pursuing things that don't even matter to them. Do you really know what you want? I'm not talking about the superficial things like cars, houses, and money. I'm talking about the deeper things, the things that truly matter. What kind of impact do you want to make on the world? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Take some time to really think about these questions. Once you have a clear understanding of what you want, you can start to develop a plan to achieve it. Set some goals and then take action towards them. When you have a clear vision of what you want and a plan to get there, you'll be unstoppable. Look, it's easy to get caught up in the rat race and start chasing things that don't really matter. But you have to remember that you're the one in control of your life. You're the one who decides what's important to you. So take some time to really think about what you want and then go after it with everything you have. Don't let the rat race consume you. Here's the brutal reality. Chasing status symbols like a new car, a bigger house, or designer clothes will only make you a slave to your ego. Why? Because you'll be constantly trying to upgrade your lifestyle to maintain the image you've created. But if you focus on building your skills, knowledge, and character, no one can take that away from you. A man who is constantly improving himself is a man who is truly free. He is not bound by the opinions or expectations of others. Here's the hard truth. Most men live in a constant state of fear. They're afraid of what other people think of them, so they spend all their time trying to impress them. But here's the problem. When you live in fear, you're not living at all. You're just existing. I want you to take a moment to think about the kind of life you want to live. Imagine the kind of impact you want to make on the world. Now imagine the kind of person you need to be in order to live that kind of life. Are you willing to take the risks? Are you willing to step outside of your comfort zone? Are you willing to be vulnerable, or will you let fear control you? The choice is yours. But remember, if you choose fear, you're choosing a life of mediocrity. You're choosing to live on the sidelines. But if you choose courage, you're choosing a life of greatness. You're choosing to live on your terms. Look, the world is full of opportunities, but they only exist for those who are willing to take risks. The truth is that anything worth having in life comes with some level of risk. You can't pursue the kind of life you want without taking risks. The only way to overcome fear is to take action. Every time you take action, you'll become a little bit braver. Every time you face your fears, they'll become a little bit smaller. The goal is not to eliminate fear because that's impossible. The goal is to become fearless. And that's something that's entirely possible. Listen, the first step to becoming fearless is to identify your fears. What specifically are you afraid of? Write it down. By putting your fears into words, you'll be able to see them more clearly. You'll be able to identify the things that are holding you back. Once you've identified your fears, it's time to challenge them. Are your fears rational? Is there any evidence to support them? Or are they just things that you've told yourself that are actually true? When you challenge your fears, you'll realize that many of them are just made up. They're not based on reality. They're just things that you've convinced yourself of. The next step is to take action. Start taking small steps towards the things you want. Don't wait until you feel ready. That's a myth. You'll never feel ready. The only way to become ready is to start taking action. As you take action, your fears will become less and less. You'll become more confident and more comfortable with taking risks. Eventually, your fears will become a distant memory. If you've ever doubted your ability to become successful, if you've ever thought that it's not possible for you, then this video is for you. It's time to put those doubts to rest. It's time to believe in yourself again. I'm here to tell you that you can become successful. It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've been through. What matters is what you do from this point forward. If you're tired of living a life of regret, if you're done with the same old BS, then it's time to take a stand. It's time to do something that other men won't. And one of those things is to build, not to impress. Look, the first step to achieving your dreams is to have the courage to face your fears. If you're afraid of failure, of rejection, of what other people think, then those fears will hold you back. You must learn to embrace failure as a stepping stone to success, rejection as a sign that you're moving in the right direction, and other people's opinions as irrelevant noise. The second step is to have faith in yourself. You must believe that you're capable of achieving your dreams, no matter how big they seem. If you don't believe in yourself, then why should anyone else believe in you? When you have faith in yourself, you'll be able to take risks, to pursue your passions, and to overcome any obstacles that stand in your way. The third step is to have discipline. You must be willing to put in the hard work and make the sacrifices necessary to achieve your goals. This means no excuses. It means no complaining. It means taking responsibility for your actions and following through on your commitments. And finally, the fourth step is to have patience. Great things take time to build. You must be willing to wait for your success and not give up in the face of adversity. When you follow these 4 steps, when you face your fears, have faith in yourself, have discipline, and have patience, then you'll be unstoppable. You'll be able to achieve your dreams and live a life that you're proud of. So, are you ready to take the first step? Are you ready to start building instead of impressing? If you are, then I want you to know that I'm right there with you. Together, we can achieve anything. Remember that. We are the ones who decide what's important to us. We are the ones who create our own paths in life. So let's go out there and do something that other men won't. Let's go build something great together.